of energy. That increases the temperature of an object or a place. So when you talk about electricity, it is also a form of energy produced by the flow of electrons. That is what you need to know, produced by the flow of electrons. But last time I told you that when defining the term electricity, you can simply say electricity is a form of energy produced by charged particles. A form of energy produced by charged particles. So that's it. So once more, I would like to welcome you to this class. This is primary 7. We are going to handle science and specifically under electricity and magnetism. So I was asking you to define the term electricity, and you had defined it. You said electricity is a form of energy. But when you leave it there, it means that the answer is incomplete. When we are marking, we just put there incomplete sort because it is not complete. So you have to complete it correctly. That's why I was telling you that for light, we say light is a form of energy that enables us to see. For the case of heat, it is also a form that increases the temperature of an object. We talk about sound, that is in P6. We say that sound is a form of energy produced by vibration of an object. Now today we are talking about electricity. We say that electricity is a form of energy produced by charged particles. The reason why we say charged particles, not the flow of electrons, because we have two types of electricity. We have two types of electricity. Sometimes you may not say types of electricity, they can say forms of electricity. There is no difference. We have static electricity and then current electricity. With the static electricity, electrons do not move, while in current electricity, electrons do move. And that is why when we are defining the term electricity, we simply say it's a form of energy produced by charged particles. Because when we specify, we say that produced by the flow of electrons, it means that we have only defined one form of electricity, and that is current electricity. I need you to be noting down some of these things. These are changes with science. Every time we keep discovering new things. So you must be able to learn and then unlearn things. Learn and unlearn. These textbooks that we use were written some time back, and now we have revised a lot of things. So you must be able to learn and then unlearn those things. So that is it. So I want you to understand the definition of electricity, saying electricity is a form of energy produced by charged particles. Electricity is a form of energy produced by charged particles, as simple as that. So this is primary 7th class for science. Under electricity, we are looking at electricity and magnetism. So that is what you need to understand. I wanted you to repeat the definition of electricity, saying electricity is a form of energy produced by charged particles. If you can repeat that, it's okay. Shivani?
Yes, more.
Yes, can you repeat the definition of electricity, saying electricity is a form of energy produced by charged particles?
Electricity is a form of energy produced by charged particles.
As simple as that. But in our books, we will always see this definition. You will see it saying electricity is a form of energy produced by the flow of electrons. It is also correct. It is also correct. But that answer is just specific. It is specific to only and only current electricity, because with the current electricity, that is where you find electrons moving. While in static electricity, electrons do not move, as simple as that. So we have not yet agreed to mark this answer wrong. If someone says electricity is a form of energy produced by the flow of electrons, because most of our textbooks are still reading this, but we are in the process of producing new books that will change, that will contain the revised content, where you will find everything in order. There are a lot of things that are going to change, but for now, you need to be aware that that is the right way. Electricity is a form of energy produced by charged particles. But even those who say by the flow of electrons, we mark them though they are specific to current electricity. So we also talked about the forms of electricity. We say there are two forms of electricity, and that is static electricity, and then current electricity, as simple as that. So we have already defined static electricity. We say that that is a form of electricity in which electrons do not move, while for a case of current electricity, electrons do move. With current electricity, electrons move, as simple as that. So that is basically what we wanted to talk about before probably we look at what we intend to look at today. But maybe one thing before we talk about what we need to talk about today, we need to look at the types of current electricity, because there are also two types of current electricity. We have two types of current electricity. Those are common questions that you can be asked. Types of current electricity. Types of current electricity. If you know them, you can tell me.
We have thermoelectricity, solar electricity.
Okay, those ones are under alternating current electricity. Let's get back there, and then we see they're here. So these are we are still back. You can see from here. I think the things are supposed to be here. Because we have, from here, types of current electricity. These ones, we have two types of current electricity. There is what we call DC and then AC. There is what we call AC and then DC. DC stands for direct current electricity. Direct current. It means that you connect from the source of electricity to the appliance directly. You connect from the source of electricity to the appliance. That one, those devices are called, that form of electricity is called direct current electricity. Then the other one, which involves connecting the adapters, the inverters, those ones are called, that form of electricity is called alternating current electricity. In short, it is called AC. In secondary, you will be learning about physics, and this topic, electricity and magnetism, is under physics. So they will teach you more about electricity, and they will commonly be using the words like DC, and then they will also be using the words like AC. So you need to know that. So these are the two types of current electricity. Remember, current electricity is a type of electricity where electrons flow. Electrons do flow. And here we are told from the source to the appliance. So likewise, to direct current electricity, it is a form of current electricity that flows in only one direction. It flows only in one direction. So the sources of this direct current electricity include this. If you can read these sources of current electricity, what are they?
We have dry cells, batteries or accumulators, simple cells or wet cells, DC monitor,
DC motor,
motor, bicycle dynamo.
Bicycle dynamo, as simple as that. So these ones, you connect them direct to the source. Like for a case of dry cells, you can connect your dry cells with your bulb, and then they produce electricity. You can put your dry cells in your radio, and then direct, they produce electricity. It doesn't need you to connect it again, the inverter, like that. It doesn't need it. You just connect directly. Even these car batteries, you just connect them direct. Or even you can use a car battery, you can use these batteries to even play radios or any other thing that you need, or even in salons and so on. Simple cells, the same thing. Simple cells or wet cells, where you can use maybe even an orange, the neem, which contains the electrolyte, which acts as a source of electricity. Direct motor, DC motors, and then the bicycle dynamos. With bicycle dynamos, you will see always a bicycle. As we continue, we shall see a bicycle with even its dynamo. So when you look at the alternating current electricity, this one is where now we shall find these others. Because with this one, it is a type of electricity which flows in both directions. It can flow to the appliance and again back to the source. And that one is called, that is the one we call AC, alternating current electricity. That is where you will find the other types of electricity, the hydro and so on and so on. So the symbols, the symbol of AC, it is always, they can draw it in a science paper, and then they bring this one. Then they say, name the symbol drawn. So this symbol is for AC, alternating current. It shows alternating current. Just right there, alternating current. So these are the types of electricity. Hydroelectricity, they can just bring it like that. But these days, they don't ask you such questions. They can just ask you another question. Another question can be asked to you, other than saying types of electricity. They can ask you how electricity, how hydroelectricity is important to the environment. And then definitely how it is friendly, like this question here, in which two ways is the use of hydroelectricity friendly to the environment? So if they ask you this question, what will you say? In which two ways is the use of hydroelectricity friendly to the environment? In which two ways is the use of hydroelectricity friendly to the environment?
The use of hydroelectricity controls forest degradation in the environment. The use of hydroelectricity controls air pollution in the environment. The use of hydroelectricity controls noise pollution in the environment.
As simple as that. Then what if they ask you this question? Why is the government of Uganda promoting rural electrification program today? Why is the government of Uganda promoting rural electrification program today?
To improve the, okay, I don't know. I'm confused.
So even this one, you can just simply say to prevent environmental degradation, because without electricity, it means that people are going to continue cutting down trees so that they can get wood fuel, they can get charcoal, and so on. So as simple as that. So you can just say to prevent. Why? You're giving the reason, and the reason will always start with to, or in order to prevent environmental degradation. As simple as that. You can even say to prevent air pollution in the environment. Very correct. To control noise pollution in the environment. And so many other forms. You can even say to provide smart energy to the people. As simple as that. As simple as that. So most of these things you need to know. They will always ask you, why do most factories and industries prefer using hydro to thermal electricity? Why do they prefer using hydro to thermal electricity? These are the questions that they can ask you, and I need us to find the answers to them. What will you say?
Because it controls the pollution. There is less pollution.
So you can simply say hydroelectricity prevents noise pollution compared to thermal electricity, because with thermal electricity there is noise pollution in the environment. It causes noise pollution because the generators to keep making sound. Imagine there are 5 generators. If there are 5 at the same time, it means that there will be noise pollution. So, and then the other one is air pollution, because as the generators are, as they are generating, as the fuel is burning out to produce energy, it means that the smoke is produced. The smoke is released out, and that smoke is released into the atmosphere, which will cause damage in the atmosphere, causing what we call global warming. So you simply say, so the question is clear, why do most factories and industries prefer using hydroelectricity to thermal electricity? You will simply say the use of, you will simply say hydroelectricity prevents air pollution. The other one is hydroelectricity prevents noise pollution. Hydroelectricity is cheaper. Hydroelectricity is cheaper than thermal electricity, because with thermal electricity you have to keep buying fuel, you keep buying diesel every time. While with the current or with electricity or hydroelectricity, you don't need to buy fuel every day. You just need to subscribe to your units, and then you use for the whole month. Maybe only 20,000, depending on what you use it for. Maybe 50 per month. But for the case of fuel, you can use fuel if you want light throughout the night, and then you want your generator to be providing you light. Within one night, you've used already 50. Just one night, you've used already 50. And yet, hydroelectricity can help you to use that 50 for 2 months. As simple as that. If you're just using only light. As simple as that. So let's continue. So those are some of the questions that they can ask you. They are similar questions. Then some questions come from here about solar energy, solar electricity. You need to know, because they like asking it so much. Here, you need to keep reading this part. This is the type of electricity got from the sun. That's what you need to know. Then solar panels. A solar panel is used to trap sun heat and light by the help of solar cells. So the question can be derived from here. They can ask you, how is the solar panel able to trap sun heat and light? How is it able to trap sun heat and light? You simply say, by the help of solar cells. Or sometimes they can say, what is the use of solar cells? You simply say, solar cells help in tapping or trapping sun heat and light from the sun. It helps to trap sun heat and light.